Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know as you jumpstart your day. I'm Pauline Verzosa. The death toll from severe tropical storm Christine has now climbed to 116. That is based on the latest data of the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council, or the NDRRMC. 109 were injured, while 39 are still missing. Around 1.4 million families, or 5.9 million individuals, were affected by Christine. And so far, 158 areas have declared a state of calamity after experiencing Christine's onslaught. Now, after Christine, Pag-asa is monitoring Tropical Storm Leon. And now for the latest, let's bring in our mobile journalist, Francis Orsho, who joins us live this morning. Francis, good morning. Well, another storm or tropical storm has entered the Philippine Area of Responsibility. Ano ang latest kay Leon at anong mga lugar ang kanyang maapektuhan?
Yes, Pauline, patuloy nga na lumalakas itong bagyong Leon dito sa loob ng Philippine Area of Responsibility, and as of 5 in the morning, according sa latest bulletin ng Pag-asa, ay nasa layo itong 840 kilometers sa may silangan yan ng Central Luzon at patuloy na tinutumbok niya yung direksyon pa westward at papalapit sa may Northern Luzon sa darating na Miyerkules. Pero sa ngayon, nagtaas na rin ng Tropical Cyclone Wind Signal number 1 ang Pag-asa dahil nga dito sa lawak at extension ng trough din nitong Tropical Storm Leon. Sa ngayon, ang Tropical Cyclone Wind Signal number 1 ay nasa eastern portion ng mainland Cagayan, ang eastern portion ng Isabela at ang northeastern portion ng Catanduanes. Pauline.
Okay, Francis, pero magla-landfall ba itong si Leon gaya ni Bagyong Christine? Tsaka matindi rin ba yung ulan na dala niya?
Sa ngayon, Pauline, mababa pa yung tsansa na magkakaroon ng landfall scenario para dito sa sentro o mata ng Bagyong Leon dahil tutumbukin yan yung direksyon patungong northwestward pagdating ng Miyerkules. Pero hindi naman inaalis ng Pag-asa yung possibility na baka nga mag-landfall ito sa may northern tip or dito sa may bahagi ng Batanes Islands dahil ito yung bagyo kung saan lalapit or ito yung mga lugar kung saan lalapit yung mata o sentro ng bagyo. Pero pagdating doon sa ulan na maaring maranasan natin, sabi ng Pag-asa dahil malayo naman yung sentro nito sa ating kalupaan, ay nasa light to moderate rains lang yung maaring maranasan din dito sa may areas na nagtaas din ng Tropical Cyclone Wind Signal. Pero nilinaw ng Pag-asa, Pauline, dahil malawak yung trough or yung outer rain bands pa rin itong bagyo, ay maaring makaranas ng mga pag-ulan sa susunod na araw at yung makakapal na ulap dito sa may areas ng Eastern Luzon, kabilang yung Northern Luzon at Central Luzon, dito din sa may bahagi ng Eastern Visayas, sa may Southern Luzon, including Metro Manila at sa may bahagi din dito sa may eastern part ng Mindanao. Pero sa mga susunod na araw pa yan at babantayan natin kung magkakaroon ba ng mga pagbabago doon sa forecast ng Pag-asa. Pauline.
Okay, Francis, bukod kay Tropical Storm Leon, may iba pa bang weather disturbances na binabantayan ng Pag-asa?
Sa ngayon, Pauline, wala pa namang ibang sama ng panahon ng maaring mabuo sa susunod na linggo. Itong Tropical Storm Leon ang binabantayan lang natin sa ngayon dahil inaasahan nga natin yung enhancement din mamayang hapon into a severe tropical storm. Ibig sabihin, mas lalakas pa yung bagyo at sa susunod na araw, hindi nga malabo na lumakas pa ito into a typhoon category. But so far, itong bagyong Leon yung maaring makaapekto sa ating bansa ngayong linggo. At ang inaasahan lang din natin na next week or sa mga susunod na araw ay yung posibilidad din ng pagdeklara ng northeast monsoon or itong hanging amihan.
Alright, aabangan natin yan at paghandaan din natin. But for now, maraming salamat para sa update na yan. That was mobile journalist Francis Orsho. Meanwhile, rescuers in Batangas are retrieving more victims of severe tropical storm Christine. Some of them are victims of landslide that occurred in the town of Balete during the onslaught of Christine. Around 200 families are living in Sitio Siatin, where the landslide took place. Balete Mayor Wilson Maralit said the area is considered as a danger zone. And prior to the storm, the local government had previously asked the families to evacuate the area.
Actually, meron na nga tayong hinanda sa kanilang pabahay. Talaga lang ayaw pa nilang iwanan ng lugar dahil naghahanap buhay sila doon. Nakakapangmuli sila ng mga iyungin, tawilis, na nandun ang kabuhayan talaga.
We'll be back with more stories after this break. Keep it here on One News. Welcome back. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Pauline Verzosa. Let's now take a quick look at today's other headlines. In the Philippine Star, former President Rodrigo Duterte is expected to attend today's Senate hearing. Duterte reportedly confirmed his attendance to Senator Bato de la Rosa. The Senate's Blue Ribbon Committee is set to investigate his administration's drug war. And in business world, the Philippines has made headway in its bid to exit the Financial Action Task Force's gray list by next year. This after the FATF kept the Philippines in its list of jurisdictions under increased monitoring for dirty money risks. The Bangko Sentral says the country has substantially completed its remaining action items. In the U.S., Donald Trump hits Kamala Harris for not attending the Al Smith charity dinner. The event is an annual fundraising event for Catholic charities. And Trump said Harris was being, quote, disrespectful to the charity and Catholics for missing the dinner. Well, Harris's campaign said they wanted her to spend as much time campaigning in battleground states. Meanwhile, former First Lady Michelle Obama joined Vice President Kamala Harris in her campaign in Michigan. The wife of former President Barack Obama expressed frustration about voters choosing to ignore Trump's gross incompetence. Michelle also talked about women's health during the rally. Based on the latest U.S. polls, Harris is narrowly leading Trump by a marginal 46% to 43%. Election day in the U.S. is on November 5. The future of women's soccer in the country is bright, especially with 20-year-old Malia Cesar. The Phil-Am player said representing the Philippines in the Women's World Cup is also an opportunity for her to get in touch with her Pinoy roots. Mobile journalist Denise Valdesancho has that report.
The amount of Filipino soccer players in the country continues to grow bigger, and its future continues to look promising more than ever. For the 20-year-old Cavite and Pangasinan native Malia Cesar, sports is something that runs in her blood. May it be her grandparents, aunts, uncles, and parents. Everybody is an athlete.
And my parents put me into a bunch of sports when I was younger. Soccer, track, basketball, of course.
She knew that at a very young age, it has always been soccer that's the one for her. But also came a point in her life where she wanted to quit.
I didn't have some good coaches and it wasn't a positive experience for me anymore.
Like a rekindled fire, Malaya's heart for soccer came back during the pandemic. And it was in 2023 when she became part of the Women's World Cup in Australia. And for her, this means more than playing soccer.
Big, it still feels hard to grasp.
Yeah.
But the part for me isn't that like, oh, my name's there and like, oh wow, like I did this. It's being part of that whole group of women who like broke the barrier and are now like the idols for the next generation.
To put her name on the map in the sport she loves, she knew the journey wouldn't be easy.
Like as like a Phil-Am with like dual citizenship, if I wanted to play football on the largest stage, like the only option I had when I was younger was to play for the US. So to be part of that group that like gives that chance to other girls to like for them to see, oh, I can do this too. That's what's most special about it.
Malaya also talked about her Filipino roots and the privilege and honor she has to represent the country as a Filipino American.
I get to represent my grandparents and all the sacrifices that they made for me, for him to have the life they wanted him to have, which like in turn that's what gave me all my opportunities.
As of now, Malaya is in her second year of college as a mathematics major, and her priority as of the moment,
I'm going to keep working on what I need to improve on individually, and hopefully sometime in the next few years, like I'll get called up. I'm like with Coach Mark and the new staff.
100% Filipino at heart, Malaya wishes to inspire a new breed of young talents in the field of soccer, a sport where she grew, a sport that helped her get in touch with her own roots. Mobile journalist Denise Valdesancho. We are One News.
And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 9 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Pauline Verzosa. We are One News.